Alexander already has a skeleton. If the pawn shop owner wants to display the head and the body of the suit of armor separately, Alexander has no wish to attempt to reunite them. Alexander will know his future soon enough if he just keeps on with his adventure. It wouldn't be fair to peek. Alexander's musical abilities have always leaned more towards wind instruments. Perhaps it is true that our ancestors were smaller as a rule, for that suit of armor looks a pinch too tight to fit Alexander. Besides, in this climate it would be awfully hot. Alexander prefers to keep his leather jerkins firmly on the ground. The stuffed bear probably has stuffed fleas. Alexander decides to keep his distance. He's speechless. The crystal ball remains perfectly clear and says nothing. Rat-a-tat-tat. The man of steel is stumped for an answer. The horn has plenty of nothing to say. The wings have long been silent. The world-famous talking bear has been sulking ever since his abduction from a small mountain community in California. He refuses to discuss real estate. A mysterious old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under his hood. The pawn shop owner is a mysterious fellow. His face is old and inscrutable, and there's a glint of sheer iron in his gaze. Still, Alexander senses this is someone he can trust. An elegant little glass dish decorates the countertop. The dish is full of green mints offered for the enjoyment of the customer. For no apparent reason, Alexander's flesh crawls at the mere thought of touching the old man. The pawn shop owner doesn't look like a man to be tussled with. The curiosities business is just dangerous enough to require one to develop one's boxing skills. Alexander takes a mint. The small green mint looks very tasty. The mint might melt if Alexander held it too tightly. Alexander decides to be friendly and offer the old man a mint.
Would you care for a mint, sir?
No, thank you. I'll get my own mint from the dish when I want one.
Alexander eats the mint. Not bad. A little stale, perhaps. Alexander takes a mint.
Good day, sir.
The old man just glares at Alexander and does not reply.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
I have this copper coin. Will it serve in exchange for the map?
An interesting enough piece, but it is not nearly valuable enough to trade for this map. In fact, I would say it is about the worth of our own copper. The only items in the store that I could let go for the price of a single copper are the 4 simple items I normally display on the front counter.
Well, if I can't have the map, then I suppose one of the counter items will do.
As you wish.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter near the map to make his selection. A magic map lies on the pawn shop's counter.
I see you have noticed my Mechanical Nightingale. She is made of plain tin, but she sings the sweetest song you can imagine, barely distinguishable from the real thing. The flute is only made of plain wood, but its notes are fine and true. Ah, yes, the painter's brush. It was well used by one of the island's best painters. There's a lot of creativity in that brush, and its bristles are still in good condition. Have you an interest in tinderboxes? This one is only slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with naught else to hold the flame.
How about that map?
Oh no, a single coin would never do in exchange for the magic map. Please, choose from one of my other 4 counter items, sir.
That Mechanical Nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
The Mechanical Nightingale is made of tin painted dreary shades of brown to match the coloring of a real nightingale. A small key emerges from its back. The Mechanical Nightingale's hard tin body doesn't feel anything like a real bird's soft feathers. Alexander winds the Mechanical Nightingale and listens to its sweet, sunny tune.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind, and I'll remember about the map.
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished. From the pawn shop owner, he just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map. You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that!
Yes, Master.
Now, what is this about a magic map?
With the map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can.
I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them